Hi, welcome to Strength Reversed. It's Amy. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is a VR to Mascha. It is time for another installment of the top tarot trumps, and this is the Empress. So thank you, Mascha, for this fun series. And I knew what I wanted to say about the Empress before Mascha made her video. So I was collecting cards, and I have kind of a lot of them here. And I think I'm going to go through the cards first, and then stay tuned after I go through the cards. And I want to talk about what I consider to be, I don't know if I would use the word backlash, but a backlash against the image of the pregnant Empress, and also an image or a facet of the Empress that I think is missing in many cards and that I wish I would see more of. So I'm going to start here with, I think, the most traditional as far as the Rider-Waite system goes, Empress, and that is from the Robin Wood deck. I think I'm going to show Robin Wood in all of these videos probably because it's my deck of decks. So here we have an image of the Empress. I don't know if it's going to, come on, focus, but she is a pregnant Empress, and we have the heart and the glyph for Venus, which is the symbol for female. And I love that she has a spinning wheel because it's an allusion to the three fates where they weave the thread of your life. And to me, the Empress is about it's about life. It's about nurturing. It's about prosperity. It is about fertility. It's about, it reminds me of Easter. It's a very spring card, which is why I wanted to be outside for this video. But there are other aspects of the Empress that sometimes I forget about when I'm reading. So it's not just about nurturing and caring and bringing something into manifestation or gestating an idea, being creativity. It's also about being sensual, all of our senses, and being really in our bodies. And it's a very powerful card. The Empress is not a card that is a deal breaker for me. So if I don't like the Empress in a certain deck, I usually do. It's usually a very beautiful card. And I love to see a very beautiful Empress. I love to see a, green and lush, and because it reminds me of spring. But there's also another aspect of this card that I don't see enough that is not green and lush. And I kind of went off on a tangent there, but oh, the other part of the Empress that sometimes I forget is it's not only about nurturing and caring, but it's also about being nurtured and being cared for, and that kind of help. This is the Light Seers Tarot. Here's the back. I think it's important to see the back. And this is a very pregnant Empress. I love how she's pregnant with the whole world. It's almost like she can create her own world and whatever she wants to see in it. I do like how she is beautiful and a little bit sexy, sensual, and I do like to see the moon and some stars in the Empress because it's that connection to the feminine. I don't mind seeing an older Empress though. Like, I think the Robin Wood Empress is a little more mature looking, and I don't mind that. I don't think the Empress has to be young at all, although I think sometimes she is depicted as younger. Some Empresses that do not have a person in the deck. This is the Wandering Moon. Midnight Sky edition. It's so pretty. I love how minimalist it is. I don't know why this is not, there we go, focusing. It just has the flower that depicts nature. The Empress is the mother. It's the ultimate mother archetype, and you know, Mother Nature is certainly the overarching idea that I have when I think of what kind of mother the Empress is. So everything that grows, she gives it her energy, her love, and she also gets rid of what's needed. And just the, you know, the glyph for Venus, this is Libra. I don't know how that works in there, but I'm not an astrology person. But just holding this piece of life in the palm of her hands, caring for it. This is the Orion's Animal Oracle, and this is a stork. I love the full moon. That is big Empress energy, big vagina energy, okay? And the stork is traditionally announces the arrival of something, which is probably why it's why babies come from storks, okay? So I like that idea. It's the arrival of something you've been waiting for, maybe something you created, and it's gestating, it's biding its time, and then it will bloom. This is a very near and dear to me image. This is from the Handle Tarot. Has an eye on the back, and you know my eye stuff. It has an eye here, and this came up in a reading about my eye years ago. Like, this was right in the middle of the spread, so it's always stuck in my mind. And we have this very voluptuous, beautiful woman standing on this kind of a boat that's in a crescent moon. And I like this portal here because there's a bright light, possibly the moon, but it's almost like passing through that portal and being transformed into something else, kind of like being born or birthing something, a new version of yourself, or something that you've been working on. Now this I have to show two cards. This is the Antique Anatomy deck, and this is the Empress. I like that the Empress is about the body and all of the senses. It's, you know, has the greenery, and I think when we create something, it does have to pass through every aspect of us. You know, when you're working hard to write a book, to make a painting, to create a career, whatever it is that you're doing, it takes some of everything. It takes mind, body, spirit. It takes all of your senses. And I really like that. But I love how this deck connects the Empress and the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is about intuition, and then these two aspects of the divine feminine together are more complete. So it's like the the head on the torso. I kind of like how the skull is separate from the body, the intuition, and then the physical being in your person. I think the Empress is a very physical card. Now, I sometimes I'll start getting into my rant here. I do have a few more cards. It's not a rant, but just something that I wanted to talk about before the light outside fades. And that is this, I've seen this around YouTube for a while now, around TarotTube and in other places. And that is this bad feeling, I guess. People are not really liking the pregnant depiction of the Empress. And I've heard the word reductive thrown out there a few times, as if depicting a woman who is pregnant is somehow an oversimplification of this card. And I do not agree. I think talking about, for example, birthing a novel, I think that's reductive. That is really watering down and simplifying what the Empress stands for. I do not mind if an Empress is pregnant or not pregnant. It does not matter to me, but I don't mind a pregnant Empress. I like that image, and I like that image because pregnancy and childbirth is not a simplistic way of seeing the creation that is the energy of the Empress card. It's actually the ultimate way. You know, birthing a child changes everything about your being. And it's so much more than just, you know, being a mother is so much more than just being pregnant and giving birth. That's only just the beginning. And I think the Empress card, that's an important element of this card. I understand why people might say that. They might say, well, because not everyone on the planet, not every woman can or wants to get pregnant. Not every woman wants to, not every woman is capable of giving birth. But that's not to say that that shouldn't discount that image of pregnancy. It's just the perfect way to depict the Empress and what she stands for. And every single person on this planet has experienced this energy. You don't have to be pregnant or want to be pregnant to be the Empress, because these cards, first of all, are metaphorical. I see all of them as purely symbolic. And second of all, everyone on the planet came into being because a woman was pregnant. Everyone has experienced this energy in some form or another. Either you gave birth or you were given birth to. And so everyone's connected to this energy. It doesn't leave anyone out. And I don't like this, I guess, poo-pooing of the pregnant Empress because some women don't want to have kids, or it's somehow seen as an old-fashioned thing for a woman to do. And it's not. And that gets to the aspect of the Empress that I think is left out a lot. Let me show you my last, well, a few Empresses. And I do like a very sensual Empress. This is from the Pulp Tarot. And you can see she's all about sensual. And then this is from the Dreamkeeper's Tarot. And I love that. She's just kind of part of the sky, and she's beautiful, and she's really feeling herself, and I love that energy. And this is from Star Trek The Next Generation. This is Beverly Crusher, who's the ship's doctor. And she is pretty fierce. She takes care of everyone on the ship. She orders the captain around. She is no BS. People have to do what she says. She is, she has to control things to a certain extent to make sure that the ship is running well, that everyone is healthy, and that's her job. And the aspect of the Empress that I wish we saw more of was that ferocious woman. There's a ferocity that I think is missing, because anytime someone is a creator, it also makes you capable of destruction. You know, there's nothing more, I guess, I want to use the word ferocious than someone who is protecting her offspring, whatever that offspring may be, her literal or metaphorical offspring. You know, I used to be a little bit scared of large dogs until I had my son. And I knew that when I was pushing him in his stroller, if a dog came up to us, I just knew that I would tear it apart with my bare hands. I would kill that dog with my bare hands, okay? And so I quit being scared of dogs after that. And that ferocity that it takes to protect what we've created is one aspect of the Empress that I wish was depicted more often. The kind of, you know, the badass version of the Empress. I know the light's going away really fast. Anyway, that's my 2 cents, and I cannot wait for the Emperor to come up, and I'll be picking those cards. So thanks, Mascha, and thanks for watching. I will talk to you later.